Hello, welcome to the second tutorial of graphics clicks. No, it's clips. Movie clips, symbols, whatever the fuck my title is. Yeah, so one important detail I forgot to teach in the first tutorial. You always want to do this thing called files save. If you lose your shit, you are going to cry like a little bitch. So yeah, save it. I saved it as CFC versus CX because that's what I'm doing. So in here, you'll see that you already have like a bunch of graphics because that's the way Adobe Flash CS3 imports things. When you import it, it like duplicates into a graphic as well. But I am going to teach you how to make an animated graphic. So let's go to Insert, New Symbol. And here you have three different like symbols. These are symbols: movie clips, buttons, graphics. I'm not going to cover shit about buttons because that's a whole different thing, and you don't really use that for YouTube videos. It's for Flash based stuff. So yeah, movie clips have its own advantages, but for animation I just kind of stick with graphics because yeah. So hit graphic. You kind of want to rename this unless you want to be unorganized like me. I'm going to make this called stand. So this is going to be him standing. So in your character sheet, search hours and hours and find the standing pose. So see how there's 3 standing poses for this maple character? If you want that to be animated, you can do it in your own graphic. So I'm going to drag this over here. So I'm going to zoom in real quick. You can do that by hitting Control plus. And or you can use the magnifying tool here, which I never use, but yeah, Control plus. So we are going to learn some animation, kiddies. So right now you'll see that this is a solid color. That means the frame is filled in with something, and it's on frame 1. So this this is the only thing you'll see in this graphic because it's only 1 frame long and that. So if you go here, right click, you'll see all these frame options. So there's insert frame, keyframe, blank keyframe, convert the keyframes, oh dick, convert the blank keyframes, blah blah blah, shit. So for now, I'm going to just hit insert frame, and that just made this like 12 frames long. If you want to preview, you can hit enter and see how it just like played. So nothing happens in the animation because it's just that 1 frame. But let's do this. Right click, insert blank keyframe. Oh shit, what did that do? Basically, see these frames? This is animated for 12 frames. And then on the 13th blank keyframe we just made, who am I fucking kidding? I made it. Yeah, there's nothing. It's just blank. So what we want to do for the standing animation is we use this first one. So let's go to the second one and drop it here. And like if you look, you're like, whoa, his feet aren't aligned at all. What the fuck? There's this little button here called onion skinning, which is a useful bitch, and you click it, and basically what this thing is right here, this shows a faded like image of those frames. So this is like showing a faded image of right here. So it's like, oh shit, so all it has to do is move this. And yeah, so I didn't explain this, but you can move things with your mouse, which I'm obviously doing, or you can move it with your arrow keys, which is like a little bit more precise. So that's nice. So yeah, you got that. Right click, blank keyframe. Get the third one. You're like, fuck yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm already done with tutorials, Derek. Fuck you. This is easy. Yeah, so that's nice. And so like if I hit enter, yeah, he's standing, but he's still wiggling around at his feet a little bit. What the fuck? Okay, so you can either like zoom in a lot and be like, oh, dick, look at that, and then you just like fucking move it and be like, you know, hard-working bitch, or you could be a smart bitch. Here is the align window, which I talked about earlier in the last tutorial. Make sure this thing is checked to stage, and click this align horizontal to center, and it's like, whoa, just brought it to the center. And then this one, bottom edge, boom. So basically what that did is it aligns it with this plus right here in the graphic. So here, I'll just explain all these. This will align it there, middle, other side. For standing poses, usually it's best to do it in the middle. And yeah, and also this is like the vertical stuff, so that's like bottom, middle, top. And for standing poses, it's usually like this one you want to hit because you want to align it at its feet. So yeah, all you do is click here, click these two things, click these two, and then it's like, whoa, dick, that's aligned, and it's animating. So I'm going to teach you kids some shortcuts now because I don't like right clicking. So like if you right click insert frame, just makes it longer. The shortcut for that is F5. So see how I'm hitting F5? I am making these things play out longer. F5, yes, yes. Okay. So the the standing sprites, they don't go that fast. So you kind of want to insert a lot of frames. So if you hit enter just to see it, see, that's good speed. So let's copy this, copy, paste. Oh, I didn't even explain why I did that. Okay, so in this standing thing, this is the first pose, this is the second pose, and that's the third one. Here, let me remove this really quick. So, because this is an educational thing, this must be done. Okay, so I'm in scene 1, and I am going to put the stand here. And let me check. The stand is 67 frames long. So I am going to go here, and that's about there. Hit F5, and now this is animated. So I'm going to hit Control Enter. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. Okay, watch this. You see that shit? Okay, there, there, there. See, it loops itself. It just keeps repeating itself. It starts the fuck over for us. It's really nice. So, but with standing poses, you want it to go first frame, second frame, third frame, and then second frame again because that's like the middle position of the pose. So that's why earlier I just like with fucking instinct, because I do this all the fucking time, copied it and pasted it. So, woo! Dick in my mouth. You have, well, I have made a stand pose. Okay, so you got your stand done. You got your stand done. Now let's say, what if you want the walk to be done for you too? Pretty simple. Okay, so you can do the insert new symbol thing like I did before for the walk, or another way to make graphics or symbols or anything is drag it to the stage, whatever you want, hit F8. You can hit F8 or right click. Oh shoot, it's off the screen, but there's a thing called convert the symbol. So hit F8, graphic, okay. Well, let's name it walk, so we know what we're doing, just in case you don't know. Walk. Alright, new shortcut kiddies. There's F5 for insert frames. F7 is a blank keyframe. And the onion skin, it's not showing. Let's go back here. What I do when I just animate like quickly, like graphics, I just like fucking throw it in, F7, throw this in, F7, throw this in, F7. And then I go to the align thing, hit this. New shortcut kiddies. The fucking comma button, like the little like little pointy thing that's pointing to the left, that like moves the frames this way. So see, if you hit the period, it goes to the right. So this is how you like transition between frames. So I'm gonna go back a frame, hit this, and then click the align thingies to move them, because you want the walking frames to align at the character's feet as well. So If you hit enter, you're like, whoa, shit, that's way too fast. So you need to insert some frames. So F5 it, F5 it, F5 it, F5 it. Look at it. Be like, that's a good walk, but it's a little fast. So I'm gonna F5 it. Yeah, let's see this now. Okay, see, that's more of walking pace. Do you agree? Well, I'm gonna just assume you are agreeing with me. So thank you for agreeing with me. So one weird thing with Maple Sprites, which I've noticed, I don't know why, is on the pose where the legs are apart. I have more frames. I make them longer than the ones that are closed. I don't know why, but for some reason I always think the walk looks better whenever I do that. It just works with sprites. Don't reference that for anything else, I think. Maybe it's just a Maple thing too. But fucking what else? Yeah, so yeah, so if you go into the stage here, you'll see you got fucking Standy here and Walking Man. So we got that. And let me cover Movieclips really quick. Movieclips are another type of symbol. I use graphics a lot, but if you want a few certain more, like there's a few options in Flash you can't use when you're working with graphics, but yeah, so you use Movieclips instead. So here you can just switch things to whatever you want. So I'm going to switch this to a movie clip. Now the first thing you may notice is that once you move things to Movieclips, hit enter. It's like, why the fuck is my guy not moving? See, he doesn't move at all anymore. See, if I had made this walk a movie clip, he wouldn't move either. But if you hit Control Enter, which previews your actual video, this is how it'll look like when it's on YouTube. See, it's animated. It just doesn't animate in here because that's what Flash does. It's a meanie face. So, yeah, with Movieclips you get these blend options, which are things you use when there's like a background to it. You can play with that later. But you also get these filters. So what filters do, this goes off the screen too. You just have a bunch of options. Like on the bottom there's this adjust color. You can like mess with the hue, saturation, contrast, brightness, I don't know, make something ugly. There's like a glow. You have this red glow. So if I hit Control Enter, you can preview what that looks like. So let me zoom in. See, he has a cute little glow to him. So yeah, I mean, really just play around with filters if you think that's something you need in your animation. I'll be using filters a little bit later in the tutorials, but not yet. I just wanted to cover that because this is a shorter tutorial than most of my other ones I have planned out, so I just thought it would be a good idea to quickly cover it. So yeah, that covers that. Basically I just covered basic keyframing like principles, like how to extend frames with the insert frame, how to like insert keyframes and blank keyframes. Oh, I didn't really explain the insert keyframe. So like here, let me just go over this, since you know, just go to the next fucking tutorial if you don't want any more. It's just stupid shit. I don't know. Anyways, if I hit insert keyframe, basically what this does is it keeps the same exact thing, but it technically is like two different things. So let's say on this one I draw like that, it won't be here. So if I hit enter, that only appears for that section of it. So this is useful if you like want to add on to something that's already there. So like instead of, I'm gonna Control Z a bunch. Whoa. Okay, instead of like making a blank keyframe, going here and being like, fuck, copy, and then paste. Oh, Flash has a cool thing called paste in place, which puts it exactly in the same place. You can do Control Shift V for that. So yeah, do that. So that's basically the same thing as insert keyframe. And that shortcut is F6. So F5 is extend, F6 is insert keyframe, then F7 is to make a blank keyframe, which is basically just a whole new frame slate to work with, which is nice. So yeah, and there's a cool thing, right click, remove frames. So F5 was insert frames to make it longer, and then remove frames just gets rid of it completely. And so F5 longer, and if you want to do the shortcut for remove frames, you hold shift and hit F5 for that. So that covers just all keyframing. I didn't go over that, and I didn't want to say like I covered all of it, because I didn't, but now I did. That covers all like keyframing things. And I am gonna throw, well, I'm gonna throw these guys in a folder called animated and put in the CX thing. So sweet, we got that. And that's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial I'll be covering fucking motion tweens and how like you should use them with sprites, like the way I use them, like really useful ways of using motion tweens and stuff like that, like what you need to know about them. So be sure to check in on the next tutorial.